Publications, Forms, and Records, Light Sport Aircraft. The learners will be able to identify the role of the American Society for Testing and Materials, ASTM, in the development of light sport standards, describe the ASTM's requirements for light sport aircraft maintenance manuals, and explain the rules for heavy and line maintenance, overhaul, major repairs or alterations, task-specific training, and service directives. Light sport aircraft, or LSA, include gliders, airplanes, gyroscopes, powered parachutes, weight shifters, and lighter-than-air aircraft. LSAs are easier to fly and lightweight. Maximum capacity is 2 persons. Special LSA are factory-built, and ESLA are experimental or kit-built aircraft. F2483-05 Standard Practice for Maintenance and the Development of Maintenance Manuals for Light Sport Aircraft provide guidance for qualifications required to perform maintenance on LSAs. They provide a consistent structure of maintenance, manuals for LSA aircraft, and components. It is a 6-page document with 12 sections. Standards for LSA come from the industry, the American Society for Testing and Materials, ASTM. They've developed a list of consensus standards for manufacturers, regulators, maintenance facilities, LSA owners, and service providers. The first in over 100 years to solely address the use of recreational aircraft. The standards cover design, manufacture, and use of recreational aircraft. Intention is to support the LSA quality. Over 20 standards have been generated, with more being developed. The sections include 1. Scope and detail, 2. Reference documents, 3. Terminology, 4. Significance and use. Section 5 is Aircraft Maintenance Manual. 6 and 7 is Line Maintenance and Heavy Maintenance, Repairs and Alterations. Section 8 is Overhaul. Section 9 is Major Repairs and Alterations. Section 10, Task-Specific Training. Section 11 is Safety Directives, and Section 12 is Keywords. Section 3 of the F2483-05 provides some important items. Annual Condition Inspection is an inspection conducted once a year based on LSA Maintenance Manual. 100-hour inspection is the same as the annual inspection, except the time interval. Heavy maintenance is any maintenance, repair, alteration, or inspection that requires specialized training, equipment, or facilities. Line maintenance is maintenance that is not considered heavy maintenance, but is specified by the maintenance manual. LSA Repairman Inspection has an FAA inspection certification rating per 14 CFR Part 65. Authorized to perform 100-hour annual inspections on the LSA on aircraft he or she owns. LSA Repairman Maintenance has an FAA maintenance certification per 14 CFR Part 65, authorized to perform maintenance on the 100-hour and annual inspection. Major repair and alteration or maintenance is excluded from the maintenance manual. Minor repair and alteration tasks are included in the maintenance manual. Section 5 outlines the Aircraft Maintenance Manual. Manuals do not require FAA approval, but FAA regulations do not require manuals to be developed according to industry standards. ASTM sets the industry standards and requires the manuals contain general specifications such as capacities, servicing, lubrication, and ground handling. Inspection checklist for the annual condition or 100-hour inspection, instructions for maintenance, repair, overhaul of LSA engine and primary structure. The manuals must contain maintenance procedures for fuel system, propeller, and utility systems, instruments and avionics, electrical systems, structural repair, paintings and coatings. Inspection, repair, and alteration section must also list special tools, parts needed to complete the job, type of maintenance action, line, heavy, or overhaul, and level of certification required for the job. Section 6, Line Maintenance, Repairs, and Alteration. The LSA inspection and certification required for line maintenance, Line maintenance tasks include 100-hour annual condition inspection, servicing fluid, removing, replacing components when the manual provides instructions, things such as batteries, fuel pumps, exhaust, spark plugs, wires, floats, skis. Repair or alteration of components when the manual provides instructions, such as patching a hole in a fabric, installing a strobe light kit. Section 7. Certified mechanic or LSA repairmen are authorized to complete heavy maintenance repairs and alterations. This includes tasks such as removing and replacing an engine cylinder, a piston, valve assembly, primary flight control, or landing gear. Heavy repair and alterations such as structural or components can be done when instructions are provided in the manual. Repainting of control surfaces, structural repairs and recovering of dope and fabric, and installation of skis or added pitot and static instruments. Section 8. Overhaul. The overhaul can be performed by the manufacturer of the LSA or the component. Overhaul manual is required and must be separate from the manufacturer's maintenance manual. These items considered overhaul are engines, carburetors, starters, generators, alternators, and instruments. In Section 9, documented LSA major alterations and repairs. The FAA Form 337 is not required. After a major repair or alteration, the LSA must be evaluated in accordance with the ASTM's requirements. Attest that the LSA still meets the ASTM standard as a written affidavit. Maintenance actions must be properly entered into the LSA records as defined by the manufacturer. Manufacturers must provide written instructions outlining what certification is required to perform the maintenance and if a ground test or flight test is required. Section 10 describes task-specific training. Task-specific LSA training does not need to be FAA approved. Examples of task-specific training: Engine Manufacturers Overhaul School or EAA Sport Aircraft Fabric Covering School. Safety directives issued against LSA component by the manufacturer and are mandatory except for experimental use LSAs. If the LSA includes a type certificate product, manufacturer must issue safety directives. Type instructions in a safety directive: a list of tools, parts required, type of maintenance, heavy, line, or overhaul, level of certification needed, instructions and diagrams, inspections and test methods. In summary, the ASTM developed an F2483-05. It's a 12-section document outlining maintenance standards for LSAs. Section 5 describes the content required for LSA maintenance manuals, such as general specifications, inspection checklists, and instructions for maintenance. Heavy maintenance requires special training, equipment, or facilities, while line maintenance, specified by the manual, is not considered heavy maintenance. Manufacturers provide written instructions for major repairs and alterations, but a 337 is not required. Instead, an affidavit must attest that the LSA still meets ASTM standards. Safety directives are issued by the LSA component manufacturer and include instructions and are mandatory.